So about this Keith Lee food tour in Atlanta, y'all. Let's get into that. So unless you've been living under a rock, you've already heard about what happened with Keith Lee in Atlanta. He went to several spots and he exposed them for some corny rules that they have. Y'all already know about this. There's no need to rehash it. Okay, we know he made his way on over to the OLG, and the people are upset. The people are unhappy with what he had to report. Okay, for those of you who do not know who Keith Lee is, he is a food critic. He's really big on TikTok. I think he has about like 14 million followers on TikTok. He's a really nice guy. I first became familiar with him, I think sometime last year. It was another shenanigan where some lady was coming for him and the people were not having it. Okay, Keith Lee is beloved. Okay, the people loved them some Keith Lee and they had to get Miss Ma'am together. And that's how I got to know who he was. And I watched a couple of his videos and I was like, this is a good dude. This is a good dude. Him and his wife, his family, they're really nice. I like them. He goes around to different restaurants and he does these videos like basically taste testing the food, you know, critiquing the service and, you know, telling people what's up. And pretty much putting them out there and giving them the exposure that they need, because a lot of these businesses are mom and pop shops. They don't have a lot of customers and, you know, ain't doing too good. And so he kind of, you know, puts them on. I think the first video that I remember watching of his, I think it was a guy in Vegas. I think he's from Vegas because he's an MMA fighter. But there was this food truck. There was this food truck in Vegas where the guy, I think, sold seafood, but a lot of the food that he sold, Keith Lee was allergic to. And Keith Lee went up there, struck the conversation with him and was like, you know, I would love to eat your food, but I'm allergic. And he was like, oh no, I can make you a burger. And he made the man a burger. The burger was good. And he helped him get a lot of customers. And then I think he tipped him, like he cashed at him like $500 for the burger or something like that. That's how I got to know him. And I was like, oh, this guy is really nice. He's really a blessing to people, you know? Like I said, the people love Keith Lee. So all of this that's been going on these couple of days. Atlanta, y'all showed y'all ass, Atlanta. Like, anyways, Keith Lee went to, it was the one music festival in Atlanta or whatnot, and he ran into somebody from the OLG. I feel like it was Don Juan, but I don't know that. Let me not start no rumors, but I really feel like it was Don Juan or somebody. But you know, who knows? But he said he ran into somebody from Candy's team, and they was like, we've been trying to contact you. We've been sending you emails. You need to come by the OLG, yada, yada, yada. And so he did. Now, Keith Lee has a way of, you know, how he does his thing. He knows that if he goes into a restaurant, people are going to be like, oh my God, it's Keith Lee. And they're going to give him the best of everything. So he ain't been doing that. What he did was he sent, I think, his mom and his sister in the restaurant. They were told it was going to be an hour-and-a-half wait. They were also told that there was no takeout because it was the weekend. Keith Lee goes in there and that hour-and-a-half wait turns into a 5-minute wait. Keith Lee does a video simply saying, you know, he didn't feel comfortable taking a table from someone who was already waiting. And, you know, that's just not how he gets down. Sorry, he couldn't review the food. Sorry, he couldn't accept the service, but he had to go. So my thing is this. I'm not quite sure why they even invited Keith Lee to their restaurant. Like I said, Keith Lee goes around to a lot of mom and pop restaurants to kind of give them a little help, you know, give them a little boost, a little promotion that they need. OLG don't really need no promotion. I don't understand why they asked him to come there. For those of us who watched Candy and the Gang, y'all know what they was dealing with over there. Okay, y'all already know what the situation was. I don't understand why they needed him there. You're on a Bravo show. The restaurant has its own show. Candy has Housewives of Atlanta. I don't understand why they needed Keith Lee to come and eat their food. Except you wanted a social media moment. You wanted some bragging rights. I'm not quite sure. But I think that was a mistake to ask that man to go to y'all restaurant when y'all know that everything is not everything. People have been complaining about that restaurant for years. And it seems like nothing has changed. It seems like all the reviews that you've gotten thus far hasn't made you guys want to change how things run around that restaurant. So why invite someone like him to come? Like, I just don't understand. Like, maybe they thought that he could be bought. Maybe they thought if he came over there and they rolled out the red carpet for him alone, that he would be like, oh yeah, OLG, y'all come eat here, it's the best. Like, it seemed like y'all wanted him to give y'all a fake review. Like, I don't understand. Like, after watching Kandi and the Gang, that sink was a big hell no. The fact that they have blackouts every week and Todd refuses to get a generator because he don't want to go downtown and fill out the paperwork for a permit, and he's like, it's too much of a hassle. The fact that Chandrika is a hostess is telling you guys that, hey, people are complaining about the food. They say the food tastes good on Wednesday, but it don't taste good on Friday. It tastes good on this day and it don't taste good on that. And y'all shrug her off and y'all ignore what she has to say. It's looking like to me that Kandi is satisfied with how things are going. Why invite a critic to the restaurant? You've never taken the criticism that you've gotten before and applied it. So I don't understand what the point was. I guess y'all wanted a fake review and he wasn't going to give that to y'all. And now y'all look crazy. I just think it was a mistake. I don't feel like it really is going to matter because people have been complaining about OLG for a very long time. Like I said, no changes have been made. It's the same complaints you keep hearing over and over and over. Sheree did not lie. What Sheree said, many of people have said before. People love to throw out there that Kandi got money. Kandi couldn't afford to make some changes. She don't want to. She's still going to get customers because people love Kandi. People love to feel like they doing stuff celebrities are doing. So they're going to come to the OLG because they may run into Kandi and they may run into the row of cameras. She's still going to get the same business. So I don't even understand. What was the point, girl? What was the point? You don't want extra business because your staff cannot handle. I don't know. I just feel like, I don't know whose idea it was to invite Keith Lee to the OLG. I think that was a bad idea. But I don't feel like it's going to hurt them. I think that she's always going to get customers because it's like a thing. If you go to Atlanta, you probably want to visit the OLG to take pictures and tell the people you went to the OLG and eat the fried chicken and the mac and cheese and the greens and the cabbage and whatever else. It don't even really got to taste good. Like, who don't know how to fry chicken and make mac and cheese? You can get that anywhere. I don't know. I'm not trying to talk. I'm not even trying to cover Kandi. Kandi stands. Y'all can rest yourselves. But it was a good kiki for the weekend. Anyways, I guess the takeaway from this is people are always going to go to the OLG and spend their dollars, if for nothing else, because Kandi is likable. She's a housewife. It's connected to Bravo, okay? So the same way you getting your money because people like you and a fan of yours is the same reason why people are gonna go to She by Sheree's website and spend their money because it's associated with Real Housewives of Atlanta and Bravo. The same way you getting your coins, let Sheree get her coins in peace. Don't come on season 16 talking nothing about nobody else's business because nobody is perfect. Everybody got flaws. And don't nobody like to be in the hot seat, okay? Don't nobody want to be critiqued. It's simple. Same way she was like, well, Sheree's website crashed. Well, according to Keith Lee, your phone number on Yelp don't even work. Same way that you was like, oh, well, the things that was on the runway aren't available for purchase. Well, some people say the stuff on your menu don't taste the same on one day that it tastes the next day. You don't like to be critiqued. So leave people businesses alone. You don't talk about her business, she don't need to talk about yours. But anyways, y'all, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.